Greetings, brothers, sisters, friends, and foes. It's Bill from Agape on the Streets. It's Friday afternoon. It's coming up on dinner time here, and I don't really have a lot of money. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do for dinner. Spent the last few days working really hard trying to get to the bottom of this situation that hit me. If you guys have seen my previous video, you will know that I got hit with a child support garnishment at my work without any notice. I've had nothing in the mail here or anything else. The garnishment hit me for over 70% of what I get. I usually get about $1,000 every 2 weeks, which is just enough to live on with my rent and everything else. And last paycheck I got $300. And I've got a car payment, I've got rent, I've got insurance. Without these things, I can't get to work, especially coming up because it snows here. We don't have a bus system or anything else like that. So I've been really just digging, just trying to figure what the heck's going on here. My two kids are in their mid-30s. I don't have any other kids that are biological kids that I would be have to pay for. Yeah, and just trying to gather words right now. This has really been a lot for me. I did find out this is through California. There's a phone number I've called and got nothing but the runaround with a bunch of recordings. I'm not getting anywhere with those guys, and I guess in California you're guilty until proven innocent, because again, I've had no chance to challenge this or anything else. They just started taking my money, and now you can't get a hold of them. And at the way it sits right now, I finally got a job. Like I tell people, it's not wow amazing, but I can do it. It's okay. I make enough. I can get by. It's a survival job. I don't have to walk all day. I'm behind a computer. I finally today, the optometrist called me back, and they're getting my glasses figured out for the computer, and everything's working out for that. Got an incredible deal on a vehicle. Even my kids were saying, wow, what an amazing deal. Everything's kind of coming together, and then boom, out of nowhere, it just destroys me. I've been working hard to build my credit for about 15 years, and this is going to wipe it out. And the more I dig into this, the more it looks like I'm going to end up on the streets. So talk to some lawyer friends of mine. Unfortunately, none of them are family lawyers, so they can't really go and represent me. But they've pretty much told me the same thing. They said, first of all, the kids being as old as they are, even collections on stuff like this, it's a maximum of 10 years from the time they turn 18. Well, that's been a lot longer. 18 to 32, I think, is my daughter. So something very, very wrong here, and I can't do much to fix it. I don't know if it's California again with my records. They have just ruined me, that state. You hear a lot back and forth. Well, I've got a lot of proof. I've lost 3 businesses there. When COVID hit, I lost everything I had, not just my business, a bunch of equipment. I lost all my paperwork. My landlord decided to do construction upstairs from my shop. They cut a sewage line, flooded my shop with sewage. I couldn't do anything about it because the court said, oh, we're too far behind. California wouldn't get involved. They would do absolutely nothing. They basically said, just leave. So I walked away. Now I don't even have my records. So they're doing this at a time I have nothing. I have nothing to go on. I'm just finally getting back on my feet. Been on the streets quite a while, and I'm just getting to where, kind of get back on my feet, and then this hits. So this is a tough one. I don't know what to do anymore. I have prayed and prayed on this. I've asked for prayer on this, and I've asked for help. I need support, and I've got a bunch of people that just they cancel their subscription. They don't want to hear about it, and I'm sorry, but I have served the Lord with my life. I have gone out and helped those who couldn't help themselves. I've gone out to places that most Christians wouldn't even consider, and reach people they couldn't talk to. And here I'm asking for a little bit of help to, financial and stuff. I'm going to need that right now, but I'd praying for a lawyer. I need to figure this out. I need to know what happened here and how I can resolve this, how I can get through this. So it's already messing me up bad, because here in just a few days, I've got payments I have to make, and I can't make them. And some of these are attached to my bank account. They're going to wipe my bank account out. There's hardly anything in it, so it's going to bounce, and then I've got issues with my bank account. It's going to shut me down in a few days to where I will have no way to do anything but walk away off into the streets. I've got a nice trailer in an RV park. I've got no way to move it. I won't be able to pay rent. Again, I'm going to end up having to walk away. And there's not enough time. There's just not enough time to do anything. This just hit out of nowhere. And it's a very critical time. So one of the things I'm praying about is it seems somebody has messed with my records. Now, if you guys go way back on my videos, you'll find a place where I had to go get a birth certificate because I had lost my birth certificate in that ordeal with COVID. I had to get a duplicate. And my birth certificate was Bill Agresta. When I was adopted by my stepdad, and he adopted me to become my dad, he had William changed and Gove. It was Bill Gove, or it was William Gove. He had to change to Bill Agresta. So we changed that, and I don't know. I go to California, go, no, it never happened. I've got pictures of my old birth certificate. I sent them pictures. They go, well, that's not valid ID. Well, I know it's not valid ID, but it's a picture of what I had. It shows I had the thing, and you're telling me it never existed. So where'd I get it? All my credit, everything is in that. So they've done this to me before. And now I've got a birth certificate and everything. I'm under William. And it's funny because they come at me for the child support and they go, oh, it's Bill. No, you told me there was never a Bill. So, yeah, but then they tie it. Then, oh, well, it's tied to the Social Security. So, you know, you lose on this thing. And keep me in prayer. This is getting extremely tough. Extremely tough. I spent a day down in Phoenix, talked to public defenders, tried to figure out if there's a way I can get help there. There's not, because this is a California case, and they can't get involved in a California case. But California can reach out over here and pretty much do whatever they want. So that's where things sit. And, you know, I know God is on the throne, and I'm petitioning him, but God uses his followers. We are the ones that have to do the action to help each other out. And right now I don't have much going on. When I was running the ministry, it's one of the reasons I went out and got a job. You know, remember my last job, I worked so hard I couldn't walk anymore. And I ended up getting this one. I'm behind a computer, and I can do this. Doing 10-hour days, and I'm hardly making anything. But you know what? I physically, mentally, I'm capable. So I've continued to do it. Because when I ran my ministry, there was a very small handful of people that gave way more than they should have had to. And that was just enough to barely keep me going. So all those, you know, very wealthy people, all those people that were going to help me out, it all just disappeared when I made the commitment. They made a commitment. I made the commitment. I got stuck in my commitment. They ran away from theirs. And, you know, here I am. So I'm looking for some people that, you know, really have a heart, that God's really put on your heart to help out. If you go back through some of my videos, there's times I've been very upset over this. This has really hurt me. You know, I grew up doing pretty good. 2010 is when something seemed to happen and things started getting pretty rough. But the companies I work for took care of everything. My vehicles, my housing. I've never had to deal with any of this. And that might be part of my problem, because I'm not real savvy when it comes to some of this stuff. You know, I'm an engineer. I can do a lot of amazing things that people just boggles a lot of people. But when it comes to everyday stuff, I've got kind of a hard time. So I'm asking for your prayers, but even more, I need your support. I need your support. I am a breath away right now, literally, from losing everything I've worked for and walking off into the streets. This has happened to me on smaller scales so many times that I don't have a lot of motivation anymore. You know, it's like you put your hand on the stove and it burns. You don't just keep putting your hand on the stove anymore. And I feel like that's what people keep telling, oh, just get another job, dude. No, no. Every time this happens, I told you when I started ministry, I really felt God was, that was my deal, full-time ministry, and people just weren't supporting me like God was putting on their heart. And I got a lot of flack for that. Unfortunately, not a lot of support. So he says, well, out of desperation, you really have no other way. I've got to go get a job. Now, twice in a row, totally outside of anything I can control, those jobs have blown up. I'm days away from having to walk on this job because I'll have no way to get there. I've got this vehicle. I can't pay for insurance. That was due a couple days ago. I don't have it. I can't make payments on it, so they're going to eventually come get it. I've got an electric bike that I plan to ride to work and back. I thought that'd be a great thing to save on this vehicle, to let it sit there, and I can't make the payments on that either. It's just mind-boggling to me how this has gone since 2010. I hear a lot about Jonas and stuff. Well, that didn't go on for 25, years. See, my brain can't even work now. It's 15 years, 2010 to now. But I'm exhausted, guys. I'm exhausted. I can hardly think straight anymore. And now I'm trying to deal with this. So I need some brothers and sisters to reach out. I'm living in the cargo trailer. It's okay. I got a place to sleep and stuff. I don't have any good fellowship up here, really. God has given me a couple people from, my past that I'm mentoring, that I'm reaching out to, that I'm helping, and then they've turned around and helped me immensely in so many ways. So last night, one of them took me out to dinner and stuff. But I miss that really deep fellowship, and I need to sit kind of just a sanctuary, a safe place where I've got some brothers and sisters I can pray with, and God can give us some of his words, just some direction on this thing, because it's getting scarier by the minute. I'd say by the day, but there's not many days left. So keep me in prayer, see what God puts on your heart, and get a hold of me. The website's still up, agapeonthestreets.com. You can get a hold of me there through Telegram, or if you have my phone number, you can call me on my phone. The phone number on there is hardly active anymore on the website, so the Telegram's the best thing. And the other thing is I don't know, my phone bill's coming up. I don't know if I even can keep my phone on. And I lose my phone, that's it. Everything's gone. I can't even stay in touch with the kids or anything. And that's going to devastate me, really. I'll just be honest with you. I don't know where else to go with it. Yeah, I trust God. There is no other God to me. This hasn't challenged my faith from that aspect. But like I said, just putting your hand on that hot stove. People say, oh, God will just take care of it. Will he? Or is that something he has appointed the church to do, that we take care of each other? And we're just not doing it, because that's what I'm starting to see. There's something going on here that's not right. So God bless you guys. I love every one of you. I love you very much. I hope to hear from you. I am seriously in desperate need right now. And I pray that God just touches you and speaks to you in Jesus' name. Amen. Bye-bye now.